And we are underway from Houston. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down at 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, and a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Stroud. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Stroud working out of the gun. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. Let's pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now receiver in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins from 4 yards out. And the Texans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And a great example there of just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better, that they work on training camp, off-season work, OTAs, but also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and a couple. To throw is Prescott. Flushed out right. And a 42-yard line here and brought down there. Prescott escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Looking to throw, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. Prescott now. Eluding the pressure right. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Dowdle is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
At the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Stroud. Sliding out of the pocket. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Mixon. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. As Stroud now to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room.
Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left.
And that's complete downfield to Cooks.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very solid gain of 27. Now Prescott. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing. Prescott on the move to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. A shotgun snap to Stroud. This one finds Pierce on the out route.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Stroud looking looking to throw.
Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Now Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A handoff to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
It's now 3rd down.
Stroud to throw it.
He'll buy some time right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
The Texans send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. They run here with Dowdle. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A running play. It's Dowdle. And he's going to get to the 31. Enough for the 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Now Prescott. Flushed out right. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 36 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Steps away. That's going to be caught. Touchdown.
Kevontae Turpin
from 21 yards away.
And the Cowboys have tied the ball game with a chance to go ahead now in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit, and Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead.
And while being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead, tying a game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it? And now when you add the extra point and you go up, you really feel good about what you've accomplished.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll get this to the 32. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Throwing now is Stroud. Gets the dump off to Pierce. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Stroud out of the gun here. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it.
as we come up on a big third down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Prescott rolling to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Following the fumble recovery, Stroud.
That's complete to Pierce.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped in the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now Stroud. That's complete to Pierce.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Stroud.
Dancing to his left. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On the run, it's Downer.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Even though we're not on the goal line, this is essentially a goal line look as they come up for second down.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Defensively, they know the situation. They stack the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. If they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call.
So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey.
This to get the lead up to 4.
A 56-yard attempt.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over.